Bullshit!
What's going on, YouTube? You're chilling with Trainers Abra. We are here for another episode of Pokenalysis. Today we're going to be looking at Abra. Abra has a very special place in the Little Cup community, as it is the highest special attacker in the tier, tied only with Solosis. However, unlike Solosis, Abra actually has a speed stat, and a fantastic one at that. It actually has it's one of the fastest Pokemon in the tier. Just to go over some of its stats, it's got fantastic special attack, like I said, tied with Solosis for the best special attack in the tier. It's got some okay special defense, it's pretty good, not bad, and fantastic speed, hitting 19 speed with Timid, which is I keep saying this, it's fantastic in the tier, because in a tier where only 20 where 20 is the highest speed, if you get a Pokemon with 19 speed, that's pretty darn good, because you don't have to worry about outspeeding only a few Pokemon. You have to worry about speed tying with some, but outspeeding? Nah, don't gotta worry about it. So, Abra's resistances and weaknesses are, well, first let's go over weaknesses. Weaknesses are Bug, Ghost, and Dark, and resistances are resistant to Psychic and Fighting. Again, I just want to apologize for the switch up on the Chinchou things. Guys, I know I messed up, and you probably already pointed it out in the comments, and again, I just want to apologize again, I'm so sorry. Oh, man. So, let's look at Abra's abilities in Synchronize, Inner Focus, and Magic Guard. Really, Magic Guard is all it needs, and all it ever really uses, because it's just too good, not just being able to come in whenever it wants and not take entry hazard damage. But let's go ahead and move on to the sets. This first one is a standard Smogon set, which is a Focus Sash set. This is the #1 set used for Abra. It is with an item Focus Sash, Magic Guard, Timid Nature, with 240 special attack and 200 speed. With the moves Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, Hidden Power Fighting, and Substitute. No room for variation on this set, guys. It's got to be exactly this. Psychic is the main stab on this move. It can run Psy Shock, however, it's not advised because then you miss out on a lot of one-hit KOs on certain mons such as Timber. And Dazzling Gleam is to hit a bunch of different dark types that would otherwise try and threaten Abra out, or just catch them on the switch. HP Fighting is to hit those ever-annoying Pawniards and Steel types that resist Abra's main stab, and to one-shot Pawniard, because, Pawniard is just a huge threat to Abra. And finally, Substitute. Why is Substitute on there? That should be Protect. God, I'm messing up everywhere. I'm sorry, guys. That's not Substitute. That's Protect. What is wrong with me? This is the second time I messed up on one of these Pokenalysis videos. Again, I am very sorry, guys. That should be Protect, not Substitute. And I don't think I might be able to fix that in post. I'm sorry. Let's just move on to the next set. I'm sorry, guys. I did it again. I put Substitute in this set, in this slot too. Okay, I definitely gotta fix this in post. But, oh my god, this is so annoying. This is the Life Orb set for Abra with Magic Guard, Timid, same EV spread, Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, HP Fighting, and Substitute/Energy Ball. Except it's not Substitute, it's Protect. I know it's Protect, it's not Substitute. Jeez. The whole reason it has Protect over Substitute, you don't even want Substitute because then it'll break your Sash. So actually this set might be Substitute. So yeah, okay, this set might actually be Substitute. So I'll leave it alone, but the previous set is supposed to be Protect, not Substitute, because you need to stop fake out users. But okay, this set is a Life Orb set with Abra to take advantage of its massive special attack, and I guess the argument here of Substitute or Energy Ball is whether you want to set up a little dummy hit for Abra, or if you want to just go full offensive. The Substitute isn't a bad idea because Abra naturally has lower than 20 HP, so that means you can make cheap subs with only having to worry about 1 point of HP recoil from Life Orb. And even then, Magic Guard completely negates that recoil, so it doesn't really matter. Let's move on to the custom sets. Maybe I didn't mess up on those like I messed up on the Smogon sets. Good lord, what is wrong with me? Okay, this first custom set is actually a twofer. It is a Choice Specs or Scarf set. The item being Scarf or Specs, Magic Guard as the ability with the nature Modest or Timid. If you're going Choice Scarf, you're going to want a Modest nature, and if you're going Choice Specs, you're going to want a Timid nature. With an EV spread of 240 special attack and 200 speed. With the moves Psychic or Psyshock. If you're going with the specs, then you can afford to have Psyshock, because you're going to be able to get that one-hit KO on that Timber that I mentioned before. HP Fighting or Fire, because you really want to choose whether you want to hit more Steel types like Poniard, who are Dark Steel, or if you want to hit more things like Pharaoh Seed, which are Fire Steel. And, Hidden Power Fighting will still hit Pharaoh Seed, but it won't one-shot it. Dazzling Gleam or Shadow Ball. Dazzling Gleam is, again, to hit those dark types I was talking about, but Shadow Ball can also be useful for other ghost types that would otherwise try and come in to take a hit from Abra. And finally, Trick. Trick is pretty much essential on this one because it lets you get rid of your item if you feel you're in a bind. And you can always get back a Berry Juice if you get knocked down to really low HP, instead of getting knocked out. Let me just give you a scenario real quick. If you get hit with a special attack, you actually have a chance of surviving it. Physical attacks? Nah, Abra can't take physical hits. But special attacks? Yeah, Abra might be able to take one, so you might be able to trick and get a Berry Juice or something. This next this next custom set is very, very custom. It's very situational, and I would advise using this if you are into competitive play. This is only for fun. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's have some fun here. The item here is Berry Juice or Eviolite with the ability Magic Guard or Timid and a Timid nature with 76 HP, 236 special attack, and 196 speed. With a moveset of Psychic or Psyshock, your choice of stab. Calm Mind or Charge Beam, I would recommend Calm Mind, however if you feel like you want to get more damage and you don't care about your special defense, you can go with Charge Beam. Barrier, yeah, you heard me right, Barrier. Barrier boosts your defense twofold, meaning once you get Abra with that, once you give Abra an Eviolite, it goes from 8 to 12 defense, which is still pretty weak. But after a Barrier, it jumps up to 24, making it very good. So all of a sudden, you've got a bulky Abra. Crazy, right? That's why Berry Juice is on there. And finally, the final move being Recycle or Dazzling Gleam. If you're using Berry Juice, I would really recommend having Recycle on there. And if you have Eviolite, don't have Recycle on there, please. If you're using the Eviolite item, please use Dazzling Gleam. Don't use Recycle. But, again, Berry Juice, go for Recycle. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the checked encounters for Abra. Checked encounters for Abra include Priority. Almost all Priority just destroys Abra. I mean, like, obviously Vacuum Wave won't, but it's so uncommon that you don't have to worry about it. And if you're saying, oh, well what about Mach Punch? Abra is frail as glass. If you knock it down to its sash, any kind of Priority is going to kill it. Even a Mach Punch will do like 30 to 40% to an Abra, even if it's resisted. Another checker counter is Munchlax. Munchlax can take Abra's hits really, really well. It can take the Hidden Power Fightings, it can take Psychics, hell, it can even take Psyshocks from Abra, and it comes out relatively okay. Munchlax is just overall a beast to try and deal with Abra. Or other way around, Munchlax is a beast for Abra to deal with. There we go. More checked encounters are Scarfers. Scarfers can easily come in and break Abra's sash, or if you're if someone's using Volt Turn against you, they can use a Volt Switch or U-Turn, get you down to your sash, or just break your sash, and then finish you off with a Scarfer. More checks encounters to Abra are Paralysis or Sticky Web. Anything that impedes Abra's speed is a pretty big check to it, because Abra is so frail and it relies on its speed so much in this tier that once you get rid of just a little bit of it, it becomes really, really weak. And finally, Trappers. Really, Trappers, once Abra's sash is broken, are detrimental to it. Like Diglett, you break an Abra sash and it's over. If it's like one-on-one Diglett versus Abra really cannot win, because Diglett has Earthquake, it's faster, it's got priority and Sucker Punch. It can't win. Other Trappers include Trapinch and Pursuit users. So yeah, just watch out for Trappers, guys. They really mess Abra up, whether they want to break its sash or whether they'll knock it out once its sash is already broken. But let's look at some teammates. Teammates for Abra include Volt Turners. I know we've been looking at Volt Turn for the past few Pokenalysis, but it's pretty big in Little Cup. But slow ones, slow Volt Turners. So Volibee, Negative Investment Chinchows, slow Mienfoos. Like, slow U-turners or Volt Switchers are very good for Abra because it can come in without taking any damage. And you can get some good switching initiative off of that. Other good teammates are fighting types, surprisingly enough. Abra is pretty weak to a lot of dark type moves such as Sucker Punch, Pursuit Trappers, so Abra really appreciates the support fighting types bring to the table while take care of those dark type moves and Mons, like Sucker Punch, Pursuit, all that good stuff. And yeah. Next teammates we have are Trappers. Trappers are very good with Abra because I say they're very good teammates. Specifically like Diglett. Diglett is really a good teammate with Abra because it can come in on Pokemon like Pawniard, trap them, knock them out, and clear the way for Abra to be able to sweep. And finally, there wasn't a whole lot of information about a fourth particular teammate that would work for Abra, so I had to do a little searching of my own, and I found that Clerics really work well with Abra too. Because one of Abra's biggest checks and counters is, well, paralysis. And if you can get rid of that paralysis, or perhaps pass a wish off to it to restore its sash if it happens to get broken. If it gets used, there's no going around that. However, if you manage to bring its HP back up to full when its sash wasn't used, then all of a sudden, your Abra has its sash back. So Clerics, very good teammates for Abra. But that's it for this Pokenalysis. Hope you guys all found it informative, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, I'm sorry if I'm stuttering. It's very early in the morning. And I have to catch a flight in a few hours. So, hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Bye!